Howdy y'all, my name is Gretchen. I'm the Restless Thrifter and I'm a reseller on eBay, Poshmark, and Mercari and others. I'm going to be sharing with you, I think it's 10 sales in the last 24 hours. So that's pretty good. Yeah, I think that's pretty good. Now some actually came last night, but still it's within a 24-hour period. I also am going to go over 2 returns. I got to open these up and make sure everything's okay, and then I'll reimburse the folks. But returns are part of the reselling business. If you sell on eBay and other platforms, I guess, you can have returns. Even if you don't accept returns on eBay, customers can force them. So I don't know, I go ahead and accept them. I do have paid returns, meaning that the buyer pays for the return shipping cost, and I don't refund the shipping basically, but I'll give them money back for the item itself. So this first one is, what is this first one? One is a pair of shoes and one is a dress, which I'm afraid to cut into this. They've taped it up and I'm afraid to cut in and cut the dress. So I'm gonna try to rip it at the seam. Okay. Oh, I don't know if that was loud. We're getting out of the mic right here. Okay, so this was a really pretty navy blue and cream polka dot 100% silk dress from, I think it's Neiman Marcus. And it was a size 16. It's a shirt dress with the collar. Yeah, Neiman Marcus. And it didn't fit. This, I provided measurements, but vintage sizing is going to be different than modern. But even then, you know, sometimes it's hard to know if something will fit. I wonder if it was too small or too big. And I wonder if this clasp still works. Yeah. Checking to make sure there's no issues with it. As long as they return it in the same condition within 30 days, I'll accept it and then reimburse. Okay, so yeah, I do accept your returns. Now I did get a message on eBay from a customer who is a viewer of this channel and bought a sweater from me and asked if it was too late to return, but it was from November, so it is too late to return that. If I just can't accept returns longer than that 30-day window, I don't even know how that would work if there's not the return option available now. But unfortunately, so maybe I'm hoping that you're a reseller as well, probably why you watch my channel and can sell it. Okay, so this one will get refunded and I'll put it back into my inventory. Now I'm trying to get better about not misplacing my returns. So I'm going to put it in the bag that's going to go back to the room where I keep my inventory. That's trash. Now the next one, I did find my razor blade the other day. It slid down here. Goopy. This is a pair of shoes. She opened the return before it even arrived to her. She said she ordered the wrong size, or that the size that I was sending was not the size she ordered or something. So hopefully there's no issues with this return, because I didn't have any other sizes than this size. Okay, well, she didn't even take them out of the bag. She just immediately returned it. So I will give her that refund as well. I'll do that when I get done with the shipping. I have some interesting sales, a mix of home goods and clothing and 3 bags, like different types of bags. That's a interesting thing. The first sale is something I picked up at a estate sale for $1. It's a San Francisco size large sweatshirt, vintage, Made in USA 90s kangaroo pocket mock neck. This was probably not the best vintage pickup. Okay, this sold through a customer offer of $10 in 11 months. I paid $1. With shipping, they paid $21.31, and marketplace fees were $3.03. So we're going to figure up the shipping costs. I'm going to get out a poly mailer that is a 12 by 16. They paid for UPS ground saver shipping, which means that the UPS, the brown store people, get it to the post office of wherever it's being delivered, and then the post office takes it the rest of the way. They've got some sort of arrangement. All right, so that weighs 1 pound. I'm going to round up to 1 pound, 1 ounce just in case. And shipping is $12.57. Seems like it'd be cheaper with Ground Advantage, which it is. And then it'll get there within the same window, and it's delivered by the same people. So I'm going to choose the cheaper option. Okay, $8.53 is the shipping expense. I don't mind changing the shipping option in this case because it really doesn't have an impact on the customer. It'll be delivered in the same time frame, although maybe even a little quicker. Hard to say. The ranges are very similar, and it's actually delivered to their house by the same people because the postman is going to, USPS is going to be the one delivering it regardless of the choice. Going to Vermont. I don't ship there very often. All right, the next one is an interesting one. It's something I got at a garage sale. It is a carved wooden clock peddler. I just knew it was a guy that had a clock on his back. And then I saw others listed as a clock peddler, and that makes sense because he has a bunch of clocks on his back. It's a 7.5-inch statue, and it's sold through an offer. I had it listed for $30. A customer offered me $20. It sold in 1 month. I paid $2 at the garage sale. My fees are $4.11, and with shipping they paid $28.10. So I think it's going to fit okay in this box. So watch out for tape noise. Cover your ears. Yeah, it'll fit well in there. I'm just going to get a little bubble to protect it. I wonder if it would fit in here even better. Well, he fits in there perfect, but I'm afraid he would, I'm afraid he would get squished, but he fits in there pretty perfect. I almost want to put it in there and then put it in the box. Let me see what that does to the weight. Yeah, I think it's going to be fine. We'll do it that way. Then I'm just going to put some paper on either side. But first, let me cross out this address label. This giant marker. 10 by 6.5 by 4.5. And it's going to cost $6.74 to ship. So I made $15.25 on that. I think it's all right. Going to Georgia. And that little guy is on his way to his new home. Looks like I did not take the next time. Okay, the next thing is a Poshmark sale. I had Poshmark, Mercari, eBay, and Facebook. The Facebook one I'll tell you about right after this because it actually was already picked up. This Poshmark one is a Timbuktu extra small classic messenger bag, jet black, adjustable, Cordura, I guess that's like the material, work, career, travel. Timbuktu. This brand does well, and I picked this up when I was in Denver. It is the second thing from my Denver trip to sell. I think I have everything except for 2 items listed. Need to get those listed. And since it's going Poshmark, I can put it in one of these Tyveks if it'll fit, which I think it will. Yeah. But I think I'm going to put it in a poly mailer first. Hello.
You talking to somebody?
Dad's dog has to be sedated to go to the vet because he freaks out. I mean, they can't even look at him because he gets so distraught. And he's a rescue, so he probably had some terrible things happen. In fact, he was pretty beat up when the organization rescued him, so it's probably valid trauma, but it's got to dope him up. Just to even like be looked at, just to walk in the door. So we'll see how it goes. I think he needs some shots and his toenails clipped. All right, this is going to Kentucky, and it fit well in there. I'm always going to be a little concerned that these self-adhesive flaps are going to get torn open, so I put a little extra tape on them because anytime there's, you know, things sticking out, it makes me worry. It's like, so I just put a couple of priority mail stickers on them to secure it a little bit better. And that's the third one. Did I say how much I made on it? So Timbuktu, I was saying, is a good brand. I did not know until I looked it up. Something does make me look it up. I was like, oh, this looks like a nice bag. I've never seen this brand before. It's not like it was Targus or Swiss Cross. Isn't that one? You know, one of those ones I've heard of. So I'm like, maybe it is kind of special. And they sent me an offer of 40. I had it listed for 45. I paid $7.57. Marketplace fees were $8, shipping $0. So I made $24.43. So this meets all my goals. It sold for $30 or more plus shipping. It sold within 3 months. It sold actually in 1 week. And my profit was $20 or more. So that's great all the way around. Now, I did pay up a little bit more for it. For some reason that didn't print. Oh, I've already printed it. Okay. So I did pay more than I would like. I don't want to spend more than $5 on an item usually, but with that kind of return, I was okay with it. let's see what the sell-through rate was. 59%, and the way I calculate it through eBay, it caps out at 100. So if you were to calculate it without using the ones that are still listed, that could look like more than 100%, but it was 59%. That's good. That's a good sell-through. Right, the next one is an estate sale find. Garage sales and estate sales, I pick up things that are usually outside of my wheelhouse, and oftentimes that are just things that are nostalgic. This is a Ziggy plaque, but you can also like sit it up, and it says, "For a mom who was always good at growing things, thanks from one of them." And it's got all these flowers. I don't know if someone's getting ready for Mother's Day, but that's a ways away, but maybe. But it's really cute, really pretty. I think it's got a year on here. Yeah, 1983, made in USA, Ziggy plaque, Mother's Day, mom gift, garden, American greetings. Those are all the words I used. It's sold on Mercari. They paid outright for $14. Outright meaning full price. And the fees, I still am okay with the fees on Mercari. They're not too high. $2.24 was my fee. Cost of goods was $1.54. I think it just averaged out everything I bought at garage sales that day. And it sold full price in 8 months. It took a while to sell, so I would say I won't pick up this again. But I was like, oh, how cute, mother. And I'm still, traumatized over losing my mother, as one is, I think, for the rest of their lives. Okay, so I'm putting it in a bubble, 8 by 10. I thought about putting some cardboard around it, and then I'm like, really, why? Because it's not going to get dented, and the cardboard's not going to be any harder than the wood that it's already made of. You know what I mean? So I didn't think it needed it. Create shipping label. Now this one is going out UPS. It doesn't really weigh that much, but it's going to California. And did I tell you my profit was $10.22? It was $10.22. So a couple of home goods make things more interesting, and I think the bags make things more interesting. Another bag is this. Oh, I forgot to get the fossil one. Okay, I'll have to go back. Is this Raj Banjara shoulder tote bag, embroidered patchwork, tapestry, India, boho, bohemian. I think it's gorgeous. Really, really pretty. I didn't say one way or the other whether this was leather, but I'm almost positive it is. And then just some really pretty patchwork, India inspired tote. It smells like leather, So I think this is going eBay. I was thinking about what I want to put this in, and I have this box. So I think I'm going to put it in a poly mailer first. That's big enough. And then put it in a box rather than just putting it in a poly mailer, because I am afraid that it would get kind of beat up, and it's already had some love. I don't want it to get beat up too much in the post. So like I probably could just mail it out like this. I'm a little worried that it might get pierced or something, or, God dang it. This is the second night in a row I have spilled my water, so you'd think I would learn the lesson. I'm going to tape up this one. It's a very shallow box. Put it in there. I think I have a little bit more paper left. Put that in there to keep it from moving around too much. I had a busy day today. I had a dentist appointment, got my teeth cleaned, and had PT. Went to the grocery store, bought all sorts of fruits and vegetables. Well, mostly vegetables. And some shrimp that I'm going to use for dinner tomorrow night. Very excited about that. This measures 18 by 13 and a half by 5. 18, 13 and a half, 5. $13 and a half, 5, and it weighs 2 pounds. I'm going to round up to 3. And it's costing $11 to ship Ground Advantage. So this I had listed pretty high for 70, but somebody sent me a offer of 38. I accepted it because I thought it had been listed longer, but it's only been listed for 2 weeks. Maybe I could have held out a little bit more and sent a counter offer. I kind of thought this had been listed like a month or 2 at least. But 38 is still good, and it still meets my goal of 38 plus shipping or more. I probably paid up a little bit for this one too, $8.11. My marketplace fees are $12.12. With shipping, they paid $50.96. My shipping was $11, so I made $19.73. Almost hit that $20 mark. I'll say that's a win, but it came close. And this is going to Montana. Oh yeah, I did say I was going to tell you about that Facebook Marketplace sale. It was a pair of my shoes that made me fall down.
But there's no point in my putting shoes on there. I never wear shoes because they make me fall down.
So they immediately had to go. They're OOFOS. OOFOS, if you have not heard of them, OOFOS, are a great brand. OOFOS, they make these slides, recovery slides, sandals, and those sell really well. They have other shoes, I'm sure, but the recovery sandals are the only ones I've bought and sold so far. But I bought some for myself. I wore them for a couple months, but they always made me feel a little unstable because they have kind of a rocking, like a curved bottom. And one morning I get vertigo and, I have all these other issues. And one morning I was like raising my arms up over my head, taking a deep breath, kind of a little yoga thing. And I fell backwards because of my vertigo. And I think also because of the shoes.
Perfect. It's the shoes.
Being kind of unstable. So I'm like, those got to go. They're out of here. And I lost money on these. Obviously, I did not sell them for what I bought them for if I bought them brand new from OOFOS, which I had. So let's see what I made on that. if I wasn't counting my cost of goods, which I am, I would have made $40 because a lady came and picked them up off my porch and I didn't have to pay for shipping or anything. I had paid $64.94 with shipping, if there was shipping and tax and all that kind of stuff. So technically I lost $24.94. But I'm getting rid of something. I'm making a little bit money back, a lot back actually, more than half on something that didn't work out for me. So I consider that a win anyway. And this lady was excited. They sold in one day, same day, really. Okay, next one. I actually need to package up. I need to go get that fossil bag, but first we have this Japna. I don't know this brand. I got this at Ross or something. Size medium top, camp shirt, tropical Hawaiian short sleeve, button up floral. Where is it? Oh, it must be in there too. Okay. Well, then do I have the Lane Bryant dress? No. Or the fossil. Okay. Or the Deb. Apparently I'm missing quite a few of the things that I'm selling. So I'm going to go get those. All right. So this top is one that I bought my sister as a gift for her trip to Hawaii. I don't think she ever wore it. I don't think she really liked it. That's okay. I got her other things too. I don't know if she ever wore that either. May have just wasted my money, but I gave her the receipt for the other thing because it was more expensive, and hopefully she got something she did like if she didn't like that. All right, I'm putting it in this 8x11. It's going out on Mercari, and this was through an offer from a customer for $11.25. My fees $165. See, I think the fees are pretty reasonable. You know, now that we're splitting them, they never were all that bad on Mercari, in my opinion. And getting a couple of Mercari sales is good because it had been a while. So $11.25 was the price sold. Cost of goods $0 because my sister just gave it back to me. And marketplace fees $1.65. Shipping expenses $0. And this is going to Idaho. Also a state I don't have the pleasure of shipping to often. I made $9.60 on that. And the next one is a dress that I've had a while. Lane Bryant size 14 dress, sleeveless, white, floral accent, knee-length pockets. It is new with tags. It retailed for like $90. I think it's an older Lane Bryant item just based on the tag, but it's still a classic cut, and it's white with, you know, just some floral piping. I thought it was interesting. I know people wear white for their graduation dresses under their gowns. I think that's why I picked it up. I was like, oh, you know, someone could wear this for graduation. I didn't know about that trend. And apparently it's been like a thing for a long time. And I didn't know about that when I graduated from high school or college. This sold for $19. I paid $5. That usually indicates that I forgot to put down what I really paid for it. Marketplace fees $3.80. Shipping expenses $0. It is a Poshmark order, so I'm going to be sending it out in this USPS padded flat rate envelope that I got for free. You can get this type of shipping materials free at USPS or their website, and they'll deliver it to your house. Just not the express stuff. You can filter by free items and then see what kinds of things you can get. This is one of my favorite things to ship in. It's going to Maine. That's cool. all these states that I don't get to ship to very often. I'm kind of excited about it. And this sold through a customer offer. I think I already said 1 year, 10 months. Yep, I gave you all the information. 1020. Okay, we're good there. And then the next one is the fossil bag that I kept saying I forgot. It is a crossbody metallic bronze fossil leather bag. This color, I was thinking it might take a little bit longer to sell just based on the color. And it did. Fossil crossbody bag purse, crosstown leather bronze copper metallic organizer. Sold on Poshmark as well for $23. That was pretty sure that was an offer as well. I didn't write down what it was. I had it listed for $33. I paid $8.11, and the ASP for this bag is $24. So I think I got pretty spot on there. I think it'll fit in here nicely. Yeah, and I'll still be able to cut it open without hurting the bag. So 23 was the price sold, 811 cost of goods, 460 were the fees, shipping expenses 0. I made 1029. In retrospect, I spent too much on the cost of goods. If I could have gotten this for under $5, it would have been a better pickup. I guess I felt like it was a sure thing. It did sell in 4 months. Actually, 3 months, so it's not too bad. I just spent a little bit more than I probably should have. One more sale, and this was something that came in a Goodwill blue box. I think it's buybluebox.com if they're still doing it. I haven't bought one in a while, but when I wasn't able to get out and source, I ordered some, and also just for fun. I've got some videos if you want to go back and watch them. This is a Deb plus size 1X top, vintage Y2K open back dolman sleeve, blue silver stripe. It is new with tags. It's just a basic, well, it's not basic. I mean, it's got a lot going on. It's got a scoop neck, it's got an open back, it's got shimmery metallic stripes and dolman short sleeve. So it does have a lot of things going on, a lot of features. It sold for $720, which I think was an offer that was sent out. And it sold in 1 year and 5 months. So a year and a half, basically. With shipping, they paid $12.96. Cost of goods, 0. Why did I put 0? Oh, this did not come in a Goodwill blue box. That's right. This girl that I hired to help me out with some things around the house gave it to me to sell, actually. She said, hey, I have some things I was selling and I don't want them anymore. Like, okay. And this was one of them. In retrospect, probably shouldn't have listed it, even though it was $0, a year and a half. That's crazy. I thought it looked kind of Y2K, so I thought, well, maybe it'll sell, but this is not the Y2K that people are wanting. Sold on eBay, so let's figure up shipping. I'm putting it in an 8x11. Marketplace fees, if I didn't say, were $217. It's going to Seattle. And it weighs, rounding up to 5 ounces. Shipping is $471. So I made $6.08. So this was a good sales day. Not the highest sales by any means, but 10 is really nice. One of those being a local pickup. let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 10 from the local pickup. So let's see what I made today. I use Vendoo Analytics to get this information. Vendoo is what I use to track my inventory and cross post. I'm just looking at everything that sold on January 27th. This feels like not as much as it should be. Did expect it to be a little bit higher. The total revenue was $260.58. My total profit was $89.61. I know one reason is because of those shoes where I lost $25. And so let's keep in mind that I'm getting back also all the cost of goods that I put into it, with the exception of getting all of that back. You know what I mean? So, but for most of them, I'm getting back also the cost of goods. I just don't count that in the profit because I subtract it. So that's why it doesn't seem as good as I was thinking it should be. That was 10 items. I've only listed 3 so far today, but I've got some more things I'm going to list. As always, just keep listing, and I hope you have a great day. Bye, y'all.